Take a look. James Harden, Luka, we've got Giannis, and LeBron, and we're not going to say MVP in the first 5 weeks because I know Jalen doesn't like it. So what I'm not going to do is do that, okay? But Paul, let's start with who is the most important piece to their team, maybe of those four guys that we just saw.
This is easy. It's Antetokounmpo. And I'll tell you why. When you look at the other candidates like James Harden, LeBron James, who's their second best player right now? Who is it for the Greek Freak? Middleton. He hasn't been there. They played 10 road games. They have the best record in the East, and he's been completely dominant. It's hands down him.
Go ahead.
No doubt about it.
I agree with the truth. And he's top 5 in the league right now in points and rebounds, still improving, have 15 assists in the previous game, is now making three-point shots, and is a lockdown defender at multiple positions. As you mentioned, LeBron has AD. James Harden has Westbrook.
Luka
has Kristaps Porzingis.
Yeah, absolutely. We're talking about he has Bledsoe is his second best. Not a knock on Bledsoe, but he's the second best player, and he's not as good as those guys we talked about on those other teams.
I'm with you guys on Giannis. Yo, but James Harden's right there. I mean, we've seen what teams have done when it's just Russell Westbrook by himself.
Average a triple-double, win MVP.
I hear you, but I mean, are they being top 5 seed in the West? Are they top 2 seed in the West? Like, that's what they are with James Harden. Like, he does take them up to a different level. He's an N1 mixtape living legend right now. That's what he's doing on the floor.
Maybe I'm a little bit blinded by Luka because it's only his second year in the league, but right now, Woj, he's averaging 3 more points than LeBron did in year 2, 2 more assists, and 3 more rebounds. And you just did a podcast about the phenomenon of Luka. So almost take me back and break down what you're seeing from him and where we've come from with Luka being so great.
Well, this is what Luka Doncic showed as a teenager in the Spanish ACB League. He was the best young European star that has ever been produced. And there were still people who wanted to pick apart his game and question how it would translate to the NBA. And he's come in, I think, even exceeded Dallas's expectations. They thought he was the best player in that draft last year, but they didn't expect, maybe by year 3 he's an all-star. It is year 2. He is a top 5 MVP candidate.
Yes.
He has transformed that organization.
He was top 5 most skilled player in the league. Remember we talked about that?
We agree with you.
I'm sorry. I blacked out on Paul the first time he said this. I was wrong. Paul Pierce, the truth is correct.
And as
top 5.
teammates, we've been running with your nickname for you. We've been running with your nickname for you.
You're welcome.
Luka the Don.
Wait, does that mean
You can't switch. You said Don Luka.
Yeah,
does that mean that you're saying he's?
I like Don Luka.
Does that mean that you're saying he's the most important piece to his team? Is that what you're saying?
Well, what Doncic is doing right now that the others aren't is taking a bad lottery team and putting them in playoff contention. Now, the Lakers last year, listen, they weren't a very good team. They had Anthony Davis. That changes. But I think what Doncic is doing in just his second year in the league, this is as impressive of a young player who's come in the league in a very long time.
I like what you said, as impressive as a young player that's come in the league in a long time. The last time we probably saw it was LeBron. So how does year 2 Luka compare to year 2 LeBron?
Well, right now he has them in playoff position.
Go ahead and say it, Paul. Go ahead and say it. Go ahead and say it. I just want you to get to what you were about to say.
I think he's better player than LeBron is. First of all, I think he has a higher IQ at his second year. And this is why, because he's been playing pro longer than LeBron. He was playing in Europe a long time playing against grown men. He can shoot better. He's a better passer. Now, will he be better than LeBron? No, I'm not saying that. He won't be better than LeBron. But we're talking about in his second year, he's better than LeBron.
There's a larger sample size. There's a larger sample size for LeBron James. So, but if we're talking about year 2 specifically, it's not even a question. It's Luka Doncic.
Gather around, boys and girls.
All right,
campfire time.
Let me get my marshmallows.
Campfire time.
Somebody that actually played against LeBron James during his second year. And he scored 55 points on us. He averaged 27, 7, and 7.
Wait, that just says how bad y'all were defensively.
Paul Pierce.
So he gave you a 55 and an 81?
No, that's a different player.
Oh, okay.
That's a different player.
Why everybody giving you buckets, Jay?
Well, I had 30 and we won. That's another subject for another day. But for LeBron, now remember, Luka got a chance to play a few years pro. LeBron came straight out of high school, not only met expectations, driving a Hummer to games, ESPN showing up at games, but exceeded them.
Luka, I just feel like he's one of those guys. We're kind of letting it be normalized because he keeps on doing it. But remember, he was 12 when Real Madrid came in and was like, we want that guy on our team. He was 15 and 16, 17 playing with pros.
Yeah, and listen, Luka Doncic like, he is part of LeBron James' legacy. This is a player who grew up in Slovenia. Wanting to play like LeBron James, was greatly influenced. I will never forget this. Doncic's first game at Staples Center against the Lakers. After the game, he went and got LeBron's jersey from him. We were over in the JW Marriott next, across the street from the hotel. The game's been over. He's left the arena. He's got his bag. He was still clutching that LeBron James jersey in his hand, walking through the hotel lobby.
So, Woj, you have all of the inside information. I have to ask this. At what point will American-born players be able to leave high school and enter the draft and have the experience of a Luka Doncic, like Zion went to Duke, while Luka, for example, went to the league?
There is a stalemate right now between the league and the Players Association about under what conditions the one and done goes away. Both theoretically, both sides would like for it to go away. Both sides want some things as part of that agreement. They haven't gotten there yet.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.